So, as the continuation, Section 29, National Teachers Organizations. So, national teachers' organizations shall be consulted in the formulation of national educational policies and professional standards, and in the formulation of national policies governing the social security of the teachers. So, in this section, you are free to choose and choosing national organizations. So, we have the PAFTE. So, it is awkward that you are joining an organization that is not conformed in the policies, because we know the teachers, you must follow the policies. So, it is on the code of ethics that as a teacher, you first follow the rules. So, administration and enforcement. Section 30. Rules and regulations. The Secretary of Education shall formulate and prepare the necessary rules and regulations to implement the provision of this Act. Rules and regulations issued pursuant to this section shall take effect 30 days after publication in a newspaper of general circulation and by such other means as the Secretary of Education deems reasonably sufficient to give interested parties general notice of such issuance. So, in this section, it is all about the implementing the rules and regulations, and the Secretary of Education shall formulate or prepare the different rules and regulations in order to publish, and in formulating of rules, it shall effectively safeguard the lawful rights and interests of teachers and students and other organizations, and while prescribing the obligations, the Secretary of Education should provide the corresponding rights they have and the means by which the realization of such rights are safeguarded. So it states that it shall take 30 days after the publications. So, Section 31. Budgetary estimates. The Secretary of Education shall submit to Congress annually the necessary budgetary estimates to implement the provisions of the Act concerning the benefits herein granted to public school teachers under the employ of the national government. So in this section, it is all about the estimated budgetary submit by Secretary of Education to Congress for a year to use by the teachers for programs and other facilities. Section 32. Penal Provision. A person who shall wilfully interfere with, restrain or coerce any teacher in the exercise of his rights guaranteed by this Act, or who shall in any other manner commit any act to defeat any of the provisions of this Act shall upon conviction be punished by a fine of not less than 100 pesos nor more than 1,000 pesos, or by imprisonment in the discretion of the court. So if the offender is a public official, the court shall order his dismissal from the government service. So in this section, if any person should commit any restraint or coerce of any teacher should be punished or fined, or the worst, be imprisoned, and it states that if the person who violates the law, and he or she is a government employee, so he or she will be removed on his or her job. Section 33. Repealing clause. All acts or part of acts, executive orders, and their implementing rules inconsistent with the provisions of this Act are hereby repealed, amended, or modified accordingly. So, in this section, it is all about the repealing clause. So, this protects us, and it states that if there are any inconsistent acts, so if you say inconsistent, it is contrary or uncertain acts that our nation had it would be repealed or it amend accordingly. So Section 34. Separability clause. If any provision of this Act is declared invalid, The remainder of this act, or any provisions not affected thereby, shall remain in force and in effect. So in this section, it is all about the repealing clause. So this protects us, and it states that this section is separability clause, that it separates the different acts. So the other acts or any provisions not affected will remain force or it will remain invalid. So section 35. This act shall take effect upon its approval. So it is approved on June 18, 1966. So that would be all, and thank you and God bless us all.